I'm just sitting here, right, and I'm thinking to myself, how are we having the debate whether reselling is a viable job and whether it's worth doing, when so many of us have or are currently sitting in an office, in a warehouse, in a workshop somewhere, in somebody else's business, wishing we were somewhere else, you know, especially when the summer comes round and you're looking out the window and you're like, oh my God, there's people walking by, t-shirts on, shorts, just enjoying the weather, and we're telling ourselves, it's all right, I get my £400 a week, £300 a week guaranteed, so everything's cushy, everything's lovely. I get my 2 weeks of holiday that I can take, so maybe I'll use one of those days this week if the weather stays nice. If I get sick, I might have some sick pay. It'll be 40% of what I actually get paid, but it's better than nothing when you're poorly, huh? My kids have got a nativity play. Maybe if I ask now, I might be able to get the slot before Sharon does. She does it every year. My throat's been hurting so much the last 2 weeks. It's starting to swell up. I think it might be something quite serious. Maybe I'll be able to get an appointment outside of work hours. Impossible. If not, I'm sure they'll let me have the time off, right? Without filling out an absence form. Begging for my time to look after myself. Begging for my time to look after my children. See their shows, watch them grow up. Be a part of those very maybe mundane to some, but retrospectively, in years to come, when we all look back, we'll be glad we were there to watch them be a sheep in the nativity play. Maybe our boss will be kind to us this year and give us a pay rise, so we can actually afford to do those things that we need to do, not just want to do. I need some new tyres for my car. It's dangerous driving around the way that it is, but I just can't afford it. I get my £300, £400 a week guaranteed, but it's just not enough. And I do want to have a side income. I do want to have a side hustle, but I spend all my time and all my hours sitting in this place of work for somebody else that I'm under so much pressure to complete the tasks and get things done that when I come home, I'm just so tired. I don't have the time, energy, capacity, brainwave to be able to put my efforts and energy into something else to earn a little bit of extra money. I just can't do it. It's impossible for me. Don't even talk about going to the gym. I'm watching my belly get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every day. My energy levels are dropping because I'm running out on lunch trying to snack whatever I can. I don't have much time on my lunch break, but that's okay because I'm guaranteed my weekly wage and I might get my holiday when I want it. And if I'm quick, I might be able to get to the doctors. So don't even talk about going to the gym. No. I've got no energy. I've got no time. So I'm sorry, little one. I can't come to your show. I'm sorry to myself. I can't look after my own health. I'm sorry to my family or anybody that comes in my car because it's dangerous. It needs work. But hey, I'm guaranteed my £350 a week. Maybe some holiday. My holiday pay, maybe some sick pay. Oh, and don't forget my pension that I'm paying into. That's good. At least when I'm old and my life is sapped from my body and my bones, at least then I'll be able to enjoy my time. I'll have my pension. What is the pension now? Maybe 180 a week? That'd be good. Just think what I could do with that. Hopefully my house is paid off by then. but the way things are going, I might lose my house. I can't pay this mortgage all the time. Or if I'm renting, will I be able to stay there? Can I still afford it then? Oh, I hope so. But it's okay. I don't need all this time because I have my £350 a week guaranteed, and my holiday pay, and maybe some sick pay. But I keep seeing all these people online. They're reselling, they're doing eBay, putting all their videos on YouTube. One of them sits in his garage most of the time and does a bit of work in there, but he seems to talk about how he does it for freedom, not just money. And I've never understood that, being in a position where all I want is a little extra money. He says he doesn't have a lot in his bank account, and I believe him. He says that he earns enough to pay his bills and get by and have a little bit extra for some small luxuries. I don't have anything for luxuries. I don't have any time either. He seems quite happy that he's got all of this time to be able to be there for his kids' nativity plays, for his kids' dance classes, for his family if he needs to be there. He can go to the doctors whenever he wants. Not that he ever calls the doctors. Typical bloke, isn't he? I just saw a video the other week, actually. He just put some new tyres on his car. He needed to keep safe. He had the time to go and actually take it to the garage and get it done. And he obviously had the spare cash to do it. I'm sure he would have moved a few bills around to do it, but he managed. Maybe I should look into reselling. Could I do it? I wouldn't have the time. And what about my $350 a week guaranteed? It's not guaranteed when you're reselling. But it must be viable. People are doing it. Maybe if I just try. Maybe if I tell myself, give myself a target of money to make a week, and that's all I need to make. Maybe if I told myself that, alongside working in my job, I could come home. I could go to a charity shop at the weekend. I mean, it's only 10-15 minutes, isn't it? And try and find something to sell. And maybe just sell one item in that week. Maybe if I could buy one item and sell that item and keep doing that. Then maybe I could pay my £35 a month phone bill with reselling. I mean, these people seem to be able to find things for a couple of pounds and sell them for £10, £15. I've only got to do that twice, right? That's my phone bill paid. I could do that in a week. Or maybe I shouldn't even stress myself out. Maybe I could do that in a month. Maybe I could spend a couple of pounds and turn it into £35 for the whole month. No pressure at all. I've just paid my phone bill with that. Maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe I could do this. Because surely after time it will compound. And before you know it, my £35 a month that I'm finding from out of what seemingly might feel like nowhere, and paying off a bill, it's taking a bit of stress away from me. Now that £35 can stay in my paycheck when I get it. It can just sit in the bank and be used for something else. But 30 days to make £35? That's a long time. I'm sure I can do this. My car insurance is £60 a month. I could reinvest that £35 and buy some other bits. And then before I know it, that's my phone bill and my car insurance paid for the month. That will take a lot of stress off. That will alleviate a lot of stress. I think I've just realised how they do it. I go past that charity shop in town every week. When I go to Tesco's to get my lunch deal every time I'm rushing around on my lunch break, I could just nip in there. Maybe I could bring a sandwich from home this time and spend my 15-20 minutes in the charity shop. Sure, I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to pick up something that's not worth too much, but the chances of me failing are very low. And then all I need is consistency. And then maybe I could drop a day at work. Maybe I could drop 2 days at work. And maybe I could have some of that freedom.